Thank you, everybody. Welcome to B&H, University. First thing I always ask, how many people have seen me before? Okay, 1 and 2. Well, as a working photographer, close to 40 years, plus hobby is now probably close to 50 years. Photography is a passion. I did that for fun. I didn't realize I would be making a living doing this, but I found out I was really good at what I do. One thing I learned is not how good you are, it's how good they think you are. And I look at these young people photographed. They got great personality. I'm watching this more, other photographers have no personality. So first thing I always tell people, smile. When people like you, they like the photograph. Now, I'll always, as a tip to you, first thing someone asks me how you work as a photographer, look in the mirror. Will you do business with you? Do you know how to smile? Be comfortable in front of people. Great photographer or great director, we tell people what to do. We know how to make them feel good by talking to them and how to position the body. So my program, sponsored by Canon, a title is pretty, turn this, let's see, good enough is not good enough. It was real interesting. I was doing a seminar in San Diego, and a young person raised their hand and said, we don't have to be that good. I could sell that photograph. And it's absolutely stunned me when they said that. So I turned around and asked them, what kind of car do you drive? You say, well, I drive a Camry. I said, well, I drive a Lexus. I hope you stay where you are. The attitude is that they believe that everything is Photoshop, which I do use, but young people love their computer. And I love it to a certain point, but you need a life. But after 3 hours, I burn out. People burn out after 3 years. So my philosophy, how good can you keep it simple and look pretty? So my title program, good enough is not good enough. So first thing I tell you is my style, my vision, and my technique. And that's what this afternoon program. Vision is very interesting. My teacher, mentor was a gentleman named Rocky Gunn. Most people don't know who he is. He was in Life magazine. He passed away in 1982. He taught me his vision and some of his technique and his style. So when you look at my work, this is a 200 millimeter photograph, basically. One flash to the far right. Mom's right next to me with her phone camera. Click, click, click. Can she shoot backlight? Of course not, because that's where you get your remote control. Expression cell. If you were the parents, will you buy this photograph of me? I love children for one reason, because as a wedding photographer, after 10, 12 years, they get married, they have a baby. If they like you, should they come back to you? Now, everybody take picture with their phone. But do they capture the same magic? Now, you look at this photograph, it's like, I did the parents' wedding about 12 years ago. They have 2 children. They called me up. All I did was I found a pretty door, put the 2 children, and that's a flash fill. Can you tell it's a flash? Of course not. The flash is -1 1/3. Anytime you're shooting a good directional light, just put your flash -1 1/3 stop. You cannot tell it's a flash. So family is kind of funny, but I do older people. The model could barely hold that pose, and we strike that pose and tilt the body. It's something different. This is called Corel Painter. So our studio could do different style work. Here's a photograph here. I live in San Francisco. It is one of the most beautiful places in the world. And I'm just fascinated how people see things. You can tell this is a wide angle photograph. Do you feel love in this photograph? It's simple, yet you don't even have to see the face. It's understanding composition. We drag the shutter speed a little lower so you see a little current waving. And we did looking in the camera, but we love photograph when the subject's not looking back at you. It feels like a painting. Same location, basically. Did this last year. You know, mom came in, that's not the outfit I want to, but what I have, facial expression. They're both smiling. What's so beautiful about this photograph? It's the children jumping up in the air. Is that by accident or that by Hanson Fong directing? It's always my vision to create energy in a photograph. I say, hug your wife. When you hug somebody, you create physical contact. It's a nice facial expression. And I said, children, run over there. 1, 2, 3, jump. Click, 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 click. Now look at the bridge. How big is that bridge compared to this bridge? The secret of one of my techniques is called proportional subject to the background. And that's why I carry zoom lens. We'll be talking about that. I need that bridge to be a certain size to balance to the couple. That's a flash fill. The light's on the left side. And the children.
Could you go to the light?
Oh, absolutely. I gotta go where the light is. So again, they came. I wish they had better perfect clothes, but a perfect client is when the check doesn't bounce. So that's how I work. We laugh together. We did this image. This is called S-curve pose. We shot that in Las Vegas. I was testing out the new 50S megapixel camera. Why I like that camera is that you look at my subject. Head size really small. I love pictorial photograph. Now, when we were shooting headshot, my 1DX, my 5D3 is fine, but when you start shooting small head, you want to see how good a camera megapixel is? Shoot small heads. Then try to enlarge it. So when I have the 50DS, I'm doing pictorial. Triangular posing, but look right underneath her. Do you see a circle? The plants? I position her right there. Now, look at composition. Here's a line lead in. Here's a line lead in. Here's a triangle lead in. Sun's giving me here light. Flash came from this direction. I have highlight and shadow. That's what makes a photograph successful. People with flash on camera will give you density, but it doesn't give you direction. So if I have nice directional light, then I put my flash on camera, 1 1/3 stop less. But this is the flash. You see a shadow going this way, so you know the light came this way. Why is the hair glowing? That is the same technique as the first photograph of the 2 little children. It's the sun that gives the separation. Beauty of a face. It doesn't always have to be the center, dead center. I can use the arm as a leading line to focus on their face. Simple, but beautiful. What's the difference here? There's hunk. How many lights did I use? 3 lights. What color is the skin? Green. What's the opposite of green? Red. So that was a natural instinct to create impact, complementary color. So first thing I did was look at his hair. That's called backlighting. I put a red gel. Boom, light up his hair. Then I did what called split lighting. I was using continuous light. What's good about continuous light? What you see is what you get. So I'm using the flex light coming across with red gel and the TT6 coming across. That's all it is. And I say, okay, show me your move. I say, dig deeper. Attitude, attitude, pop, 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 pop. My voice changed. Now I say, now come on, give me attitude. No, you gotta be the man's man. You talk the talk, you walk the walk, your voice change. So like looking at, Mom, you know you're hot. Ooh, you know it. I am directing people. You need to learn how to change your voice up and down to command the situation. So so this picture I love is simple. Actually, it's 4 light. There's a background light to light the background, otherwise that'd be pitch black. So it's 4 lights. So people always ask me how many light you normally use. There's no such rule. You use what you get. My first choice is always natural light, but that doesn't always work indoor. The key thing is that click, click, click. They don't know what you have. You could do this, show a nice big 3-inch, how he look, or use a product called Camera Ranger. Click, it go to my iPad, you're looking at 8x10. What do you prefer to look at? You can't make it good, make it big. Young people relate to iPad. So anything I photograph with my clients, I always carry my iPad, I always carry a Camera Ranger. Because people don't know how good you are. This is your business card. What's that? They call it Camera Ranger. B&H carry this. Once I've clicked, it takes 2 seconds to go to my iPad. So it's a portable Wi-Fi. This is a game changer, I'm gonna tell you right now. There's a couple products that changed my whole world. You ask me, when you photograph, when's the last time you were a model? Anybody here? When last time someone photographed you? Do you know it's good when it's photographed? Click, show 8x10 right away. And if they like what they see, they're gonna feel a lot more comfortable. So this is a product that you come check out in B&H. It's called Camera Ranger. I shoot with the 5D Mark III with 2 cards. There's a reason. You should put this on RAW. It'll take longer. I shoot in small JPEG 2 on 1 card, and I shoot RAW on another card. So I transfer all the thing quickly, like 2-second click, you will see this. So check this product out. It's very cool, and I'll be doing live demo with that. I'm a wedding photographer. I love wedding. Does the man look like a man? Does the woman look like a woman? They're leaning in. That's how you create energy. Composition is in the 1/8. This is shot this with a Canon, converted to IR. So I do, well, IR, it gives a different look. I create a fashion look. People say, I don't have, all you see is the form of the body, but you look carefully, look how where I position her arm is where 2 trees come together. It's the simplicity of my photograph, read between the line how I see composition. Talk to her, she say, I like, what part of the body you like? I love my leg. I look at, I like your leg too. She laugh, click, click, click. It's personality. Great photographers have vision, but they have people skill. So composition, her head has to be, I don't want this line to lead right, it has to be in a neutral spot. So take a deep breath, turn, and this is a fine art photograph. It's not a close-up. It's something contemporary. City Hall, San Francisco City Hall, 16 to 35, 2 lights. Look at her head, its profile. Where else can it be beside that spot? Composition-wise, have to be right in that spot. Otherwise, all the line would cut into the face. So you got to see that with your eye. When we were shooting film, click, click. I think I got something good. With digital, you see right away. How you could tell that you can become a better photographer is that you can see your mistake before you actually click it. So you know how to fix it before, okay, oh, right behind your head, that thing's cutting in. You understand that's not good. So I love to do wide angle photography. Here's an City Hall photograph. Fisheye. Tungsten lighting. This is just 1 light. So every job I do, I try to do what we call a wow shot somewhere. Not that I have a lot of time, but when you get that opportunity, say, give me 5 minutes and you're done. We call hot set. We set up everything. She walk in, click, click. They're always looking at each other. I might do looking down, looking at her. I might do a vampire shot. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you. You're back to your party. You are not the most important person on the wedding day, but they expect you to get the magic. So I love weddings to a point. When I work, I always have at least 1 to 2 assistants. Fisheye. This is the Canon 8 to 15 millimeter fisheye. Do I use it a lot? For me, I do. Because when I started as a photographer, I was film-based. And I could look through my camera. I could turn in one direction, it looks sharp. I turn the other direction, it still looks sharp. I know as you age, you gotta have this. I hate that. That's why I love autofocus, but I love wide angle. Now look at this photograph. Where's the head have to be? In a neutral position. So that's the back of the dress, and they're just looking at each other. So I have lens that create impact. Mood. Can you see their face? Can you feel the love? Think about this. When you were young, if you're a wedding photographer, young people get married, what do? We go to movies, we go to dinners. When we go to a movie, what do guys always do? Put the arm around the woman. That reflects the photograph that I try to do. Is that natural light? The parents didn't like this photograph. They said, we can't see their face. The young people say, that's a great shot. Who are you trying to please? I say, Mom, we got other 700, 800 image, but they always point out what they don't like. So I have to be young at my profession. That does not matter how, I'm 80-year-old, it doesn't, or 90. If I don't get hired, I have to be young enough for them. Mood of a photograph. So I like to create what we call a heart shape. My assistant dragged these 2 chairs to find seagrass so I can see the composition lead into them. Look at their body, it's in a silhouette. Light is bouncing off this, actually lighting this up. So this is an art piece. That's what I try to do in photography, not just snap, snap, snap. Every job has to be a Hanson image. That's what I do. Passion, be the photographer you want to be. I've been very fortunate that what I'm sharing with you is somebody else taught me this technique. All these things I want to share with you, Hanson did not invent things. I found great teacher that taught me photography, and I'm just sharing what's out there. Education, investment in yourself. You do it as a hobby, or you do it as a professional, or in between. You always want the best image possible. A photograph is not a photograph till you print the photograph. How many people print photograph? One, not bad. Why does a photograph sometimes doesn't look as good as what you see in the computer? Very simple. Light is coming from the TV screen. It gives 3-dimensional depth. When you make a photograph, it doesn't jump out at you. That means you don't have dimensional lighting. Everybody always teaches lighting from the front, which is a great impact in the front of the face, but you want to get the depth and dimension, it's always the lighting from behind. And that's to create the set. When you look at my image, it just pops because there's light from behind. Equipment, choosing the right camera and lighting equipment. I'm going to share what I've been using from day one. I use Canon. I love the 5D Mark III and the 7D. Some of my favorite lenses, 85-1.2, 16-35, 24-70, or 24-105, 7200. Those are my standard equipment that I carry everywhere in the world. Now, this is important to me. I carry 128 gig card when I do a job for one reason. I don't have to change card. You lose card. I always have double card slot. How long does the card last? Does anybody ever have problem with a card where it get corrupted and doesn't open? Last year, I had 2 old cards fail me on vacation, which I don't care. But when you're working as a professional, you need to have insurance policy. So I write 2 cards at the same time. I use Delcom card. They get the new card is the black card, which is the strongest card that you could, most secure card that you could use. But what I love about this, I don't have to change card. I don't want to carry a wallet of cards. Other thing I always tell people, you should always have a medium zoom and a long zoom. The question, do you want 2.8 or you want f4? The 2.8's heavier, the f4 is lighter. So I have the 24-70 2.8, 7200 2.8, 7200 f4, and 24-105 f4. Now, this is very important why you have zoom lens. This is 24 millimeter. Same couple, 105. I don't have to change lens. I got from wide angle to telephoto. This is the most versatile lens I carry all around the world. When I travel, I have to carry one lens, would be the 24 and 105. It gives me all these options to change the background. I'm just sharing a technique with you. Changing the background is critical. Now, I was in Boston this year photographing a wedding. Then I came to visit my friend. He asked me to do an image of their helicopter picture. Now, look at the lighthouse in the back. It's the same level as the subject. I changed it to a telephoto. Now, the background, the lighthouse, is a lot taller, so create uneven height. The key thing is this with a zoom lens. That's a 135 f14 with a 7200. This is a 200 millimeter at f14. A telephoto lens will compress the background. wide angle will receive. That is the secret of composition for Hanson Fong. When you look at the background, it should be proportional to the subject. So when we look at this photograph, here's the bride and groom, and you're looking at one of the landmark in San Francisco, the Trans-American Building. I have the power to make what size that building to be. How tall should that building be? If I shoot it with a shorter lens and move closer, the building will be too tiny. So my vision of art world is how big the background is proportional to the subject. This is a simple technique. One flash behind the subject, and that rim out called backlighting. I put a sepia filter, boom, beautiful shot. Composition, you're looking at the line. Look at the rail, lead in right in the subject. The head have to be in a neutral position. It cannot have a pole sticking out their head. So this is a telephoto shot. Another famous landmark, San Francisco. Look at the background, forget about the subject. That's the Palace of Fine Art. How big should that building be compared to the subject? That's a 24 millimeter shot. What happened if I shoot this at, say, 50 millimeter and step back? This would be this big. And that will overpower the subject. So when you look at my portfolio, how I work, look at the background. I find pretty background, and I balance the subject to the background. You all heard wide angle, receive, telephoto, compress, right? You're looking at it. That's why when you look at my work, they always see that it's balanced view. Now, I'm also a telephoto shooter. These are my telephoto lens. My 135 f2, my 50 1.2, my 200 f2, and my 85 1.2. I like f2. So when I do portrait with continuous light, I love to shoot very wide open. My favorite aperture, say my 85 1.2, is 2.2. When I turn to a side and 2/3 facial feature, I want both eyes to be sharp. At f2 is not enough. At 1.2, one eye will be sharp, one eye will not be sharp. So I could choose the range of sharpness, but I found that 2.2 is the magical number, is what worked really well with me. So these are my favorite lenses that I carry around. Excuse me, I don't carry it around, my assistant carry it. When I walk in the job, I'm looking good. Somebody else is carrying my equipment. But I get Michael Joseph, my friend from Jacksonville. Michael, get my equipment. Remember, it's not how good you are, it's how good they think you are. My hand should be always free for one reason. I say, Mom, you look wonderful. Thank you. Touching people. Again, I talk about how you direct people. Oh, excuse me, lower your gear. You gotta look good. You gotta look good. Dad, you look fantastic. Checked in bounce. Just kidding. See, I have my standard line of humor. I look at the daughter and say, oh, you know, when you need the next headshot, or when you're getting married. I'm a walking marketing person. You look good. You know you look good. So learn to talk to people, but these are some of the two that I love to carry. I love continual light shooting because what you see is what you get, and we're gonna do a live demo. Now, look at the eyes. Is it sharp? That's a 135 2.2, but look right behind, everything go out of focus. I love that look. So that's what I shoot, continuous light headshot. Somebody asked me about headshot. What you see is what you get. That's what's good about it. There's no flash. So these are my 2.2 image. Now, I also carry Canon Speedlight. I use a 600 RT. I carry 3 everywhere I go. It's always main fill and backlight. And I'll be demonstrating that too. I carry lithium battery or battery pack. I always have the biggest weakness about portable flash is one thing, old batteries. You should be able to afford to have fresh battery all the time. Command modular. Love this product. This is how I control all my strobe. I use the ABC method. You look at really closely, I'm shooting ETTL, master. This is the master which control your light. It's normal. Then channel B, it tells you that it's -1 1/3 stop. If you're rushing your shooting, you have a main light, then you always look at the shadow, how dark the shadow should be. By shooting on automatic -1 1 dirt for my style, the shadow will be certain shade of darkness. Then channel C is also 1 and 1 dirt. All light from behind had to be 1 and 1 dirt stop less. You have just learned the secret of Hanson Fong lighting. How hard can that be? So this is the command modular. I can raise and lower the power as you want and keep it simple. When I'm running and gunning, this is how I work. I would carry a rapid box as my main light, and I look at field light, channel B, and I look at edge light. And I keep it simple. I shoot ETTL, and I dance with the camera. Question about that. That seems to be a big secret about flash. There's a terminology in professional photography. It's called ratio. Ratio is how dark the side going to be. Generally, most photographers talk about family groups. It's called 3-to-1 ratio, 1 stop less. I like it darker because that's my taste. I do a lot of young people look, and I put a darker shade. They could take it. Now, I'm doing an older client. I probably go to 1 stop, not a start. And today's flash is so good, it just worked really well. If you overexpose a little bit, you could control manually, or you press a mode for master. If everything looks too bright, you go to master mode and dial all down one time. And we could demonstrate that a little later. Keep it simple, because the equipment should be part of you. You should always talk to people, not worry about your gear. I say, Michael, come here on stage. Come on stage on me. This is Michael Joseph.
I just landed.
He just landed from Florida. I'm photographing. Click, click. My assistant take the first shot. And Michael, you pay him enough. He looked at it and said, "Oh, he knows it's a little bit over." He put master -1 dirt. He handed it to me. I never have to look at the camera. His job is to make me look good, not fumbling with my gear. Actually, some of you came here early before we set up. We did a couple of test shots. Everything was perfect. When you walk into the job, test your equipment ahead of time. So I have everything set up and working perfect. But this is the command modular. I use generally 3 flash. I can control 3 flash, and simple. It's always main light, field light, and backlight. And that's what I'll be sharing with you today. Just remember that. Other thing I carry, but I want to show you that I took this photograph. It's my Canon 14mm. This is a small flash. Look at the shadow. You see how hard it is? This is with the rapid box. Look at the shadow. It's soft. So size of your light source control contrast. Now look at the highlight. Small flash. Look at the highlight with a bigger box. When you have a lower contrast light, this is what a softbox does. This is what I use. It lowers the contrast of light. It gives you a soft look. So when I'm doing picture of people, I will not use a small flash aimed right at you because it's too harsh, unless you want that harsh look. So the shadow tells you how soft your light is. Look at the highlight, it's completely different. So when we're photographing people, we always use light modifier. Soft box, octagon box is to lower the contrast. I give you a sample. If there was a window right here and bright sunlight coming through, will you stand there and the person squint, yes or no? No, you wouldn't use that window. But if this window was in the shade coming through, that's a soft light. And that's what these octagon softbox does. I can move it anywhere I want. When you photograph people, generally you want low contrast light. That's why we use light modifier. Any question about contrast? So I do recommend that you should look at a product like what I use. I use the rapid box, strip box here, and I use the octagon box. It's very easy to set up and very easy to take down. I have to be very mobile when I'm working, and I can pop this up so fast. Other thing that I like to use is continuous light. I use a TT6, what we brought here, and we have some ice light. I'm going to show you some technique, how I work with lighting to make people look good. I talk about the Camera Ranger. It's a portable Wi-Fi system. I usually, when I'm on location, I connect it to my iPad, and here I connect it to my computer. It takes 2 seconds, and you see it. And you can see this live demo later. I carry my posing block. What that is really simple. It's high density foam with plastic sheet. And on top of posing, there seems to be a big secret about how to pose people. We'll pass this around to show how light it is. And this is what I carry for every job. Okay, let's talk about the body angle. This is what you're not supposed to do to a woman. Square her shoulder, square her hip, and look at the feet. She's not gonna look very attractive. You never want to do that. You always want to make the body look good. Don't start turning shoulder. Always start, if you're doing a body shot, look at the feet. One should come forward, one come back. Look at the kneecap, rotate inward, and give curvature to the hip. You compare side by side. Straight shot, there's no Photoshop, it's just positioning the body. So real simple rule is how you direct people, because they are not modeled. But it's the curvature of the body. If you have curve, make that woman have that curve. Positioning the body. We rate body as A and B. A is small, B is big. I'm very fortunate in this picture, double A. Guess what? Everything looked good. You know, backlighting, look at the composition. I found that piece of wood leading right into them. Put one light behind, beautiful photograph. High-end clientele that have money. Okay, we got double B. A is small, B is bigger. Now you got double B. So what are you gonna do? A woman is a B, a man is a B. Everybody show you double A, model grade quality, too thin body, everything look good. But in the real world, we have people that come in different shape, different size. You are A. Ladies, you want to look slim? Do you want to go to the Hanson diet? Eat everything you want and look good. Just stand next to a bigger person. You're gonna look thin. Or you position the body by putting her behind and you're blocking the body. If you have a choice, making a man big and a woman small, always do that. Always make the woman look good. You never gonna go wrong with that. Ladies, is there any argument about that? Gentlemen, when you get ready to go to a party, how long take you to get ready? 10 minutes? Ladies, you're going out. Good night, fine dining. How long take you to get ready? Well, I'm telling you that women are very conscious how they look. Men are not as picky, except Michael Joseph, he's picky. But most men are, I'm good enough. Women say, I'm never good enough. Men don't wear high heel. Why do women wear high heel? For comfort? To look good. So as a photographer, it's your technique is to make them look good. It's called body blocking. So we look at this photograph. You look at it, she collects artwork. She's an Amazon executive. She asked me to do a headshot and a family picture. I walk into the house. I saw her wedding photograph. A huge 5x7. I look at the photograph. The photographer did not enhance her body. You look at this image. Who's bigger, the man or woman?
Can't tell from the photo.
Does the woman look thinner? The question, yes or no?
Yeah.
Well, she's twice the size of the man. No Photoshop needed. Now, everybody teach that you shoot your camera level. If we have two subjects here, you shoot level. What you see is what you get. By shifting to one side, you're closer to the camera, you're further away. You have just lost weight.
Yeah.
Now, you look at the man's shoulder. He spread his arm out. I'm adding weight to him. Would I do that to a woman? No. Now, here's a key. Look at the size of the dog. This dog and this dog is identical size. Because I shot in an angle. Can you tell that this dog looked bigger? That's a man dog. That's a woman dog. By shooting the angle, I'm playing with camera perspective. Now look at the lighting. I got here's a shadow, so you know light came this way. I have a light behind her back. So I shot this with a 60 millimeter. I shot with a 24-105. I shot with 60 millimeter. Now, people tell you that you can't do portrait under, so proper proportion should be 85 millimeter and up. To see what you get is what you should look like. Well, I have the rule of photography called the Hanson rule. There's a right way and there's a wrong way of doing photography, and there's the Hanson way. If it looked good, take the photograph. No woman will complain because she looked small. Ladies, do you agree? Remember, she's twice the size of the man. But good photography, good posing, good lighting will enhance the body. Look at this beautiful young lady. Look at her arm. I cross her legs so her hip looks small. Does she look thin? Not bad. She's a big girl. That's okay. Texas woman, good size. Does she look better this way? Compare. Open body, closed body. What do you prefer? Ladies, forget about the men. Men, you have no taste. Ladies, you're picky. You like to look bigger or you like to look smaller? So the closed body, her arm is hidden, is behind. 1/3 her body is gone. Her elbow is pulled back to create a thinner line. It's not by chance. So you choose what you want to do. People always look at facial expression as open body, closed body. And that's what I'll be sharing with you. Photograph this wedding. It's the bride day. How much am I blocking her body? It was this year's wedding. They flew me out to Boston. It's a full-size woman, which is okay. But a good photographer always helps the body to make her as attractive as possible. A general guideline, someone told me the bride always should be next to in the center. By putting her in the center, there's no way you could block her body. By blocking her body, it just enhances the person. So here's a family picture. I like to do triangle, triangle, Nike swish. So the secret of posing, you look at it, she's on a block, she's on a block. And it doesn't look like it. The block that I just showed you, I raise and lower people. Okay, click.
It's on that block there.
Yes, when I pass it to you. You got to carry equipment that's lightweight. Don't worry about it. So people doing like this, click, 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 they are not looking good. It's just a photograph. You need to make people look good. Everybody do selfie. This is my future wife. I was in White Sand, New Mexico. No photographer photographing us. Put a little tripod. I got my little camera. Press click. Start running back, right? We all do that, right? Or I don't have self. Well, anyway, we took a picture. Click. First thing, we're in love. She thought I was rich. But she's smiling, I'm smiling. Here's the problem. I'm looking at the camera. I'm not directing her. She squared her shoulder to the camera. You don't do that. You just don't do that. If I was photographing, I'd say turn, 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 turn. Since I'm looking at the camera, I'm not directing. But you know what's really important about this image? I still knew how to turn. I knew that you don't square the shoulder, but I'm a professional.
Yeah.
So when I got married, Michael Joseph, master photographer, was one of the photographer. We had Jamie Hayes and Louise. We photographed this photograph. Photographer direct me. Does the woman look good? Does she look thin now? Look at my shoulder. What did he did to me?
Yeah.
He made me bigger so the woman looked thinner. That is what a photographer do. You direct people how to look in front of the camera. Because I'm looking at you, I can't tell what the angle is. But he said, Hanson, turn. I didn't want to turn. I knew exactly what he's doing. But I knew his job was make sure my wife looked good. A happy wife is a happy husband. Just trust me on that. So light, look at shadow. Light came this way. A white dress, I'm going to talk about lighting. always coming across. How do tuxedo always blend in? Edge light. Michael Joseph have a light here just to rim out my body, and that's what we'll be talking about, lighting. So by adding weight to me, what happened to her? She looked thinner. Now, we went outside the photograph. Jamie Hayes. Is my wife in the front or in the back? Oh, sorry. Where is she? Okay. Does she look bigger or smaller? Ladies, are you complaining? That's how you tell a photographer that understands a woman's body. She tried to lose weight on the wedding. Bad photography would do a different pose. The bottom line is that she looked thin, and she's happy. You're on this side, Michael. Okay, hold hand like you're walking. Assuming the camera's straight on, we're gonna line up. Who's bigger?
Michael.
Okay, is he that much bigger that she looked thin? Okay, do a woman, okay, you look at them, they look reasonably the same size. Do women prefer to look the same size or they like to look thinner? Pretty easy answer. Okay, how many eyes do the camera have? How many eyes does the camera have? How many eyes do you have? Remember, think in terms of one eye. So, we're going to turn toward this direction first. Now, just facing this direction so everyone see. Hold each other hand, turn 45 degrees toward each other. Find your balance, go back quarter step. You have pockets? Okay. Turn a little wider. Okay, lean in slowly. Just look this direction. Now, Michael, walk 3-inch forward. Okay. Now walk back 3-inch. Okay, now you saw with 2 eyes, right? Yeah. Now put one hand over your eye. This is what the camera see. Michael, walk forward. Look in one eye. Does Michael look a lot bigger now? Yeah. What happened to the woman? What happened to the woman? She got smaller. Let's turn this direction. Okay, look with 2 eyes. Michael, walk forward. Walk back. You don't see that much. Now put one hand over your eye. This is what the camera see. Michael, walk forward. Walk back. You don't like her. Now go back a little more. Now she look huge. How hard was that? Now, relax. Is anybody in this group here is a fisherman? I'm a fisherman. Does anybody go fishing this here? Every fisherman trick is when they catch a fish. How does they make that fish look bigger? They stick it toward the camera.
Yeah.
Every fisherman know that trick. It works on people too. By moving something forward, it looks bigger. So that is the basic concept of a photography with a camera, is that whatever's closer will look bigger. So I'm always making a man bigger so the woman looks small. That's your A and B. A is small, B is bigger. Convert the B into a A. Any questions so far? Yes?
What if you have like a really tall guy and a little lady?
Okay, tall guy, short woman. Who's the tallest man in this room here? Sir, how tall are you? 6'2"? Can I borrow you for a moment? Hanson is now going B&H unplugged. Okay. I need a how tall are you, young lady?
5'5".
6'2". Can I borrow you for a moment? Okay, that's not bad, right? You want to do full length or half length?
Half.
No, you want to say, Hanson, I want you to do something hard. I want to do full length. Because I have my posing block. First, who had my posing block here? Okay, so I'll just show you what it is. First thing I will tell you, is she an A? She's a hot A. She's model gray. Him, he's okay, but he's proportional. I have double A. I am very lucky. So have you stand up there, please? You're not gonna hurt it. She asked me, her it's styrofoam and there's a plastic sheet. Okay, is she too tall now?
Yes.
So that's why I come in different size. They come in 5-inch, 4 and 3-inch. That's pretty good. A general concept for half-length photograph is her eyes should be approximately where the mouth is, approximately. That's a general guideline. Now, you can get to know each other just a little bit. Just turn, young man, come toward me. I like you to be bigger. You notice that. Can you put arm around each other back? No, look at her arm. She's aggressive alpha female. You always want the lower arm, because he's taller than you, so you're underneath, always. Okay, okay, tilt. Pretend you like each other. This is a straight line. You bring it down. High, and click right there. Most people get nervous. They do like this, and your photograph's no good.
So bring it down.
Right, you want an oval shape. You look at my work, there's always oval. There's always a nice oval. Now, look at her head. Her head tilt to the low shoulder is considered soft, approachable. Now she became high maintenance. Now watch how you change the mood of photograph. Turn your head this way, keep turning. Look at me. Young man, lean forward, tilt toward her. Her head now tilts to the high shoulder, and it's for elegant. So this was not part of the program. I'll just show you. Relax, you're wonderful. So I could change the mood by how I call head tilt. It's called low, high shoulder. Now, you say, if you're photographing a woman with a beautiful dress, I want to show off my dress. You cannot use the blocks. It's called leg position. So we're going to kick the block away. This is full length now. Turn toward me, find your balance, move front feet forward. Are you comfortable? Young man, go back. Turn wide, a little closer, and go back a little more. Turn your head. Okay. Your back feet go a little further. Your back foot, lean toward me. Lean, 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 tilt. Till you hit, turn. Happy. Now, it's full length. I just changed the height by 4 to 5 inch full length.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me what to do with my hair.
You look good already, don't worry.
Yeah, my hair, okay.
See,
I didn't know what to do
now
with my
see
hair,
how
but I guess it's behind me, so.
you're good looking, but you see the height difference been changed? So that's a technique is that people always say, I have a short man, tall woman, or vice versa. The secret is called leg movement. Thank you. Sometimes we have tall woman, shorter man, or vice versa. It's how you position the feet to change people's height. Now, what we've been taught is that you turn the body 45 degrees. Now, what happened? I lean the weight in the front. Do I look taller? If I lean the weight on the back, do I look shorter? The young lady is putting the weight the front. I turn the head to the higher shoulder. The gentleman was in the back. I said, put your back foot a little further, and from the stomach, I lean forward. What happened to his height? So a good photographer is a good director. So when I asked you to position, it wasn't hard, was it?
No.
Now, you know what's your worst nightmare? Imposing people? Michael, come up here. Okay. Look at their shoulder. What do you see? What do you see? Same height. You have a problem now. There's a style called open pose and closed pose. The first one I show you where they hold each other hand, that's an open pose. They could go back and forth. Once you put your arm around each other back, put your head together, and look weak. Okay, now can you turn to your back? And put your arm around each other. There's a pressure point right here. What you don't see is once you have even height and you lock the body, the arm is bumping. So, to give you a really quick sample, because you helped me, since you want to learn photography, I can turn our back. Now put your shoulder right in. Do you feel that bump? If I lower myself, you feel even more? That's what you don't see. Once you see people with the same height, you got to do an open pose. You can't do a closed pose because you're bumping in the back that you never know. They say, head closer, head closer. Yeah, but you're pushing against each other's body. So you got to know the answer before you even, thank you. That's what I want to show you. So all I have to do with Michael, if I have to do the pose, you stand up, do your back first, turn, face that way. Now her arm could collapse underneath. That's why we change people's height. Any question why? I've been using wooden box forever, but wooden box is real heavy. I carry lightweight gear, so I could change your body size. So you're gonna stand up again, on a block, and put arm around each other. So that's why how you understanding that once you got same height, you want one arm collapse over the other arm. You have the height different. Now, Michael, pretend he's a sugar daddy, been eating well, bigger gentleman. Michael is work out a lot. So pretend he have a stomach here.
Yeah.
Are you charging for extra weight in the photograph? Or he's a B now. Excuse me, he's a C now. He's extra large. What are you gonna do? So, absolutely. Take off your block. Michael, come. He's high in your stomach. Okay, his stomach is gone. Does he look good? Okay, what do you see? The same thing right away. Same height. Everybody teach you posing because they choose ideal situation, ideal people. When you work in the real world, people come in different shape and different size. So I don't teach posing, I teach concept of posing. So, say let's go, where the other block went to?
Right here.
Oh, okay. Let's make Michael look dashing. Same pose. Now turn your head to the right. Look straight ahead at the camera. Does Michael look stronger? Same pose. Does he look powerful? Michael, take the block away. Do the same pose. He got nothing. So that's when you read manual, but I look at a lot of books, and some books are really good. Some are just, in my opinion, not my style. A man have to look like a man. Women have to look like a woman. So what happened, Rebecca got big. She's a great cook, and she fell out. She's a big girl now. She got a lot of loving. And Michael been working out. Do you want, unless she's, what are you gonna do? So we did what we call, Michael, step in front. Rebecca, come over this side, please. Who's in the front now? Come forward a little bit, high, straight. Rebecca, to hit this way. Half her body's gone. So your job is make a decision how big a woman should be. Do you high her, do you show off her, or you're neutral? That's the 3 position of the classic 10 pose. Now people, relax. Does it look easy? I will show you some AV photograph, but nothing beat live demonstration. Okay, kind of interesting here. Can I have all the young lady in this room, this side, just stand up? Just stand up, please. And then can you come up to the front? Yes. You're live on B&H video. This is gonna be great. You can see yourself in the camera. Relax. Okay. I have all the young lady. I want to show you something very quick. This is Hanson Unplugged. I'm going to show you. Okay, so I'm going to show you Hanson dating life before I found the love of my life. So Hanson had dated all you young ladies before I got married. So my first one, I rate her body compared to me. She's an A. So I just turned her 45. Move your feet, put a little back. And I step forward. Girlfriend number 1, look good, I look good. We smile to the camera, click, girlfriend's gone. Girlfriend number 2, different shape, different love. So all I have to do is step in front, lean toward me, put your hand, you're blocking something, look at the camera, and she looked thin. Girlfriend number 2 is gone. Girlfriend number 3. She's A, boom, she's gone. Height different. Okay, if I put her in the front, she would look too big. So I put her in the back, she's not tall enough. So my posing block. No. Lean your shoulder into me and look into it. And she looked good and I look good and she's gone. A hottie. Okay. She's easy. She's an A. Everything gonna work. I could just do first pose. I would actually step back. She's so thin that I step back to look thin. So you look a little bit bigger. So we look at me till you hit toward each other. She is now closer to the camera, so she look a little bit bigger. If I do like this, she look too small. So by stepping back, I look thin, and she looked bigger, and she's gone. My last love. First thing you notice, the same height. So we cannot do the body like this. You feel the bump now?
I feel the bump.
So that doesn't work. So I can't put you in the front. That would add weight to you. But I could do what's called compression posing. Turn your body toward me, 1 foot forward, 1 back. I just do the opposite. We both have, depend on large, lean toward each other, look at your friends, shift, and hide both stomach. Now, if I shift back, her head's bigger. If I shift forward, she looks smaller. What it should be? She should be, by shifting forward, does she look small? Okay. But I don't like it. I like to look better. I just sacrificed her body, so I look good. How hard was that?
Thank you.
Thank you. So you saw how easy it is. Just as you're photographing, you're talking to yourself, you're just smiling. Okay, is she an A or B compared to who you're dancing with? You have a family of 2. Once you have 2, you do 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the secret of posing. It's making everybody into a supermodel. They call it body blocking. That's the classic 10 pose. Okay, so they got a lot of variation of those, and that's one of the posing guy I have. Now let's look at it. Posing, creating uneven height. Here's 2 people, right? Uneven height. Here's 3 people, triangular posing. Feel the love, the hand. Here's a triangle, at 1 person. You got the Nike swoosh. Here's a triangle, Nike swoosh at 1 person. There's nobody in the same height, you notice that. Here's a family. Here's a triangle, triangle, Nike swoosh, triangle. Outside. Here's your triangle, here's your swish, here's a triangle. There's different style photography. This is called closed pose, where the body is connected. Look at mom. Is she in the front or back? Okay, did I tell you something?
She looks smaller.
Oh, excuse me, she looks smaller. I did my job. I make the woman look good. So you see the design, I create uneven height. Now here's the closed pose, same family, open pose. The body is open up completely. This is called M pose. Look at mom. Classic 10 pose. Is she in the front or back? Does she look thin? Hanson Fong had done his job. I choose to make the woman what I see in her, how she will look good. You want a woman to look big, put her in the front. It's your style. There's no way I could tell you what is right or wrong. But I found after 40 years, I have never found a woman say, I like to look big. So the lighting is the sun and 1 flash. Okay, I'll wrap this up. Closed pose. So you got open style or closed style. Here's an open style. You want to have all these options in your mind when you're shooting. Most photographers have just 1 technique, and that's all they know. Once you learn something, you can modify things. Open, close, A and B. Posing, creating uneven height. I got uneven height, same height, compare. That's what we're talking about. 3 people, same height, triangle. Here's a family. 1 person, 2 person. Now here's the key. Look at a woman. I had to raise her higher. She's on a block. Any question? Boom. Bright sunlight, 1 flash. Okay? Family. 1 block, raise, 2, 3. Here's your family. That's how we do it. Okay, that's what I use. You saw how I raise and lower people. No big deal. Now, let's go into lighting. Hair lighting. People say, I don't like hair lighting. Well, Hanson, you have a choice. Hair lighting, that's how it looked like. You don't like it? Take it away. It's not right or wrong. It's a style. When I go outside, I look for the same natural light, hair lighting, and 1 flash. The lighting from behind creates depth and dimension. You see it. Hair lighting in front of it. That's the style. That's hair lighting. Next thing I want to share with you, we call backlighting. Backlighting when you put the flash straight behind so you see a rim. It works for women. It works for men. But it gives a different look. It's a high impact look. Look at this photograph. That's where the flash is, right behind. So that's backlighting. Now I got edge lighting. Edge lighting is there's a light all the way around her body. You can see it. I have a strip box all the way around. So when you see a photograph, this is the edge lighting. How we did this photograph is putting a flash coming across. Put 1 flash, boom, you got edge lighting. 135 f2. Doesn't the background look great? Well, that's how it really looked like. That's the background. That's how I shot it. We create magic because we know how to use the right lens. Just 1 light, and I create edge lighting. 1 flash. Any question about edge lighting? Flow across. You need to learn this. When you look at when you look at a woman, light coming across right between her body. Look at her breast line. There should be a highlight and shadow. You see shadow, highlight. Shadow creates slimness. Light adds weight. Combine both together, you create depth. When light come across, there's a highlight and shadow. But when light go into a woman's body, there is no shadow. The woman will look heavy. So when you show the body, 9 out of 10, I will cross that light. Favorite lighting in the world. It helps everybody. Glamour lighting, less wrinkle. It work on men, work on women. It work outdoor. What glamour lighting is light bouncing up from underneath. Facial line is just a shadow. When you erase the shadow, no wrinkle. Now this is my secret lighting. This is the highlighter. It's a round curve. We have that. We'll show you. This is so cool. And we do demo. You look at it. I could do very glamour look like it doesn't look. Look at underneath the eye. See that it follows the pupil of the eye? That's the highlighter. I love that. You can't tell it's glamour lighting, but it is glamour lighting. Now, here's the other technique I like to teach. It's called a clamshell light. I'm using Westcott TT6, a large soft box, a strip box. This is basically 1/3 to 2/3 less. It's like a clam. Light is coming underneath as a fill light to take away your wrinkle. The top light is to bring out the bone structure. My 2 ice light is my edge light. Make sure when you get the ice light, you get barn door. And my hair light. So you see how I'm shooting it? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here's my edge light. I control the power. It bring out her bone structure, her hair light. Look at her eyes. I'm gonna zoom in a little later. So you see it that I'm doing glamour lighting. Close up, highlighter and clamshell. It looked completely different. The standard is, when I shoot magazine look, this is what I do. When I do a family mom, I don't want the eye to sparkle. I do the highlighter like this, and you can't tell. But having a reflector bouncing up take away facial line. So my flash, there's no modeling light, but I know that the pole is a straight line. I can see her eye, her back eye, going straight down and turn just a little bit, called feathering. The center will hit right here. Is that good or bad? That's bad. You need to raise the light higher. Michael, can you raise the light? The center should be about aiming at her face.
I have a question.
Right there. A little lower, right there. So I kind of know where it is. Now, the key in photography, we always talk about ratio, the shadow. I always carry a boom arm from Westcott because I don't want my assistant to carry it, because you never waste a person holding a reflector unless you're shooting and moving. So I'm shooting ETTL. Okay, I'm shooting all in automatic. So, beautiful. A little happy, good. Okay, that's the first photograph. So the first photograph, I'm going to tell you that this side will be too dark. I just tell you because there's no light. I like to carry the Westcott arm and a silver reflector. How many people use this? One person.
I use outdoors.
Pardon me?
I use the outdoors.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you have some kind of reflector, you choose a white or silver, depending on how much contrast you want. The secret of a reflector is that it's never flat toward the subject. It's always turning. So you create what we call a wraparound. So light. So the light hit the subject, hit off this, and then wrap around. Now, Rebecca, look at Rebecca. Does she have her arm? Is it bare arm or closed arm? Closed. How often women wear bare arm? A lot. That's the style. Here's the issue. Light add weight. If I was photographing Rebecca correctly, if she had bare arm, I'm gonna show the other side. I would not have the reflector right here. I would do like this high. Why is that? Okay, I would light her face beautifully, but cast a shadow in her arm. Shadow creates slimness. So when I look at a person's arm, I say, okay, thin light, that means light going all the way up here. I'm putting a shadow arm. If she has a super thin arm, the light light up her. This is lighting up her whole body. This is just lighting the head. So how I use a reflector, it go up and down depending on her arm. Okay, put your front feet forward. Okay, no, turn 45. Put your front feet forward. This is one of the techniques I do. Okay, I get the lean forward, drop the shoulder, tilt hit this way. Guess what I just did? I'm doing Photoshop now. I have just thinned her by 10 pounds. I'll move you one more step this way. By leaning forward, I give a better posture to hit this way. I'm shooting automatic right now. What I'm gonna do now, add another light, channel C. The secret of lighting is all light from the back should be one stop less. I put a gel into this light. I want to create mood with colored gel. Oops, should not pull it out. So I talk about backlighting. We programmed this one stop less than the frontal lighting. All light from behind. And I like to use a round light. I like the light to spread all the way around. So I put a light modifier to wrap around. And I line this exactly right in the back.
What kind of modifier is that on this list?
It's a,
No, on the back light.
this thing costs, this costs spin light. B&H would carry that. So from a rectangular flash, it's a gel holder, and create a glow around her head, and that adds impact to the photograph. Pretty simple.
You're good.
Okay, I'll bring your hair up. Both hands, raise your hair up high. Just turn your head toward the bottom. Okay, move 1 foot forward. Drop the shoulder. That away. I'm sorry. Till you hit this way. I'll put both hands up there like that. And you're taller than me. Good. The light. Okay, lean forward a little bit. Good. Okay, I'm gonna turn you any side you want. Okay, good. And she's looking good at me. Just exposure. Okay, that looks pretty good. Showtime. Breathe. Eye look right at me. Mask to the face. Here we go. A little happier. Good, good, good. Nice. Right back at the camera. I'm gonna do a formal one. Just turn your whole body. Look at me. Right there. Beautiful. Good, good, good. Go a little more this way. And now turn your head toward me. Keep turning your head more. Right there. And I'm done. So the key is how simple the lighting is. I'm using one ice light. I do one backlight. And the executive say, thank you, you're gone. You pay to get a nice glamour light shot. How simple can you keep it? Now, if I have a little more time, this is what Hanson do when he's in trouble. I put in one ice light, bam, one reflector, and I have one flash in the back. I'm done. Sir?
So could you explain on the ice light, what are you looking at on her face as you move that, as you told him to move that ice light back or forward?
Okay, they call it the framing of the face. He had the ice light. Normally I have what we call a light stand set up so I can see it, but since I have assistant, move forward so I see a nice catch light in her eye. And I get a nice, beautiful photograph. That's how I do a very quick headshot. And you see my exposure, 125 at 2.2. Pretty easy, right? Now, Hanson Fong got a big job. I got 10 minutes to shoot. I can set up the light. What will I do? If I have a little bit more time, I'll set up the bigger light. That's a nice photograph. Okay, Dave, let's set up the TD6. I always like to have room light when I'm doing flash. Unless I have a model, I want the pupil eye actually dilate. So I am now using the Westcott product for fluorescent bulbs. It's very low contrast. This is a walking window light. And we're using called an highlighter. It wrap around the face and give one of the best light you could get. Now, we also have another Westcott light in the back. That's my hair light. Look at it. You try not to look at your LCD. Trust your meter. Okay, we're ready to rock and roll. Now, when we look at this photograph, there's a light bouncing, but it doesn't have the sparkle around all over the pupil eye. It follows the pupil. It's got a nice line. I always going to turn you sideways and walk you right behind the lights, and just cross your arm. Lean toward me from the waist. Showtime, good, 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 nice. Stay there. Lower your chin just a little bit. Turn your head toward the only bad thing is that I have the light behind her. I gotta make sure I don't see the light. So what's good about continuous light, there's no flash in her. She just keeps performing. So as a teacher, I'm trying to show you how easy this light is. Now.
Hanson, the focus doesn't look sharp?
It's TV. It's focusing, I can see. Okay.
And the necklace is out of focus too.
Well, you shouldn't wide open, right?
Okay, look at the eye. You tell me that's not sharp?
No, these last couple are
Here,
sharp.
here,
This is sharp.
My picture, I just zoom into her eye. You say, that is sharp, guys. That is super sharp.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's the TV. I'm sorry, just not. B&H need new TV. They need the 4K TV. I just zoom back. I can look at the eye. It is unbelievable sharp. So don't worry about it. Just trust me.
Focus on the eyes, from the eyes back,
Okay, you tell me. Now look at the highlighter. That is just beautiful.
and if you want eyes in the eye, you
2.2. Trust me, it's sharp, guys.
no, it is.
Now, what I really want by my style with 85-1.2, the eyes could turn, it still be sharp at 2.2. But the air and everything's not going out of focus. So you see the backlight, it just kind of give a little glow. So if I have more time to set up, or I have to set up in my studio, right, when people walk in, this is what I use for headshot. Now, one thing I do tell you that, because this is at B&H, I'm shooting with tripod.
Yeah.
Why do I shoot with tripod? Not because I can't handheld this. Now, look at me. Can you see my face? Yes or no?
No.
Camera have no personality.
Ah.
Rebecca is a superstar. Camera like this, I'm talking to you, click, click, click. You know you look good. I can look you right in the eye. I can talk, click, click, click. It's on a tripod. I can see what she's doing and she can see me. You do not talk to the camera. You're always talking to your subject. So, Rebecca have a narrow face. What happens if she have a round face?
Well, you're gonna have to move the light
Which way do you move?
to the right, to the left.
Right or left? What he said was this. This is called like a clamshell. Once I have a rounder face, I would turn the light to the side like this. That means this side is darker. That will dim the face. So when I'm shooting, Rebecca, turn it this way. I'll move about 1 inch this way. From the same technique, relax. There's going to be a shadow on one side, and shadow is what you want sometimes. By moving the light, this is called a modified glamour. Everybody always say glamour lighting should be the clamshell. That is perfect for oval face. But once you have a round feature, you want a shadow on one side. Just move the light to the side. You're still catching the highlighter right here, and that gives you a beautiful picture. When we have a mixed skin value, I want to show you something.
You look as good as her now.
You know, she's young, but I know you're full of love.
That's right.
Okay, Michael, let's put the light, put it behind, just light in the background. Now, the secret of lighting for mixed skin. I live in San Francisco. We always do mixed marriage. We have Hispanic, Caucasian, Chinese, and we do group shot. We always have different value. I always talk about called contrast of light. Let's bring this also further back. I just put it right behind. Put it right behind. I'm going to show you both two skin tone value. I'm going to walk you one step this way, guys. Come together. Turn toward each other. Okay, just put arm around each other back. Squeeze in. Happy. So now we look at this photograph. We've got two different skin value. We're going to show, this take a little while. Okay. You relax. That's it. Come down. You're done. The secret of lighting is when I show you a picture called contrast of light. Why do professionals, when we go outdoor, always do early morning, late afternoon? Low contrast of light. Oh, I overexposed. Oh, did we move the light? Didn't I?
Your shutter went on auto. You're off manual.
I'm off manual. What happened?
Manual.
Okay,
You're on AV mode.
I'm not supposed to be on
Back
AV
on
mode.
manual mode.
My mistake.
There you go. Now you're back where you were. 500 minutes, 2.8.
Okay, my mistake. Can you come back here again? Let me show you. I hate that when I make a mistake. Okay, here's another thing about Canon feature. Lock it. You go lock it. Okay, come back together. Close the head together, please. Okay, now we'll look at different skin tone value. The secret is that professional photographer always use large light source to lower the contrast of light.
If it was
So there's no difference between light and dark. It's called contrast of light. So why I carry the Westcott light is a big light source and lower the contrast. You do not add more light for darker people. You do not add more light for lighter people. If I were doing a commercial for Gap, you're not that important, the clothes is important. I can't adjust exposure for a white person or black person. You need to control the contrast, and that's why the continual light, the fluorescent bulb is such a low contrast light. That's why you get so beautiful lighting with this.
But even if you're outside, what do you expose from?
Outside, all exposure is based on highlight.
Highlights.
Okay,
You blow the highlights on.
okay. We in the shade we use a translucent panel, or in the sun we use a translucent panel. So we always use low contrast lighting when we have mixed skin value, because you have to expose for highlight and shadow.
So somewhere in the middle, and then you.
No, it's not in the middle. Contrast of light, your exposure should be right on. You cannot, I give you a sample, you cannot use a spotlight for a dark skin and light skin in the same shot. It's too much contrast. You need to bring like a light modifier, umbrella, softbox to lower the contrast. Or you wait till the light is good. How much time do you have? If I had to shoot at 12 o'clock noon, I will bring enough, I'll bring a softbox that's powerful enough to match the background, but I control the contrast by the size of the box. And the continuous light right now, Westcott, with fluorescent bulb is the lowest contrast. Electronic flash is a higher contrast. Sir,
So if this is trying to do lighting like this and somebody's wearing glasses, how do you deal with reflections?
reflection,
And glasses.
I do what we call a modified glamour light. I actually aim the light downward and using the side panel of the box to light you. Or the other technique is, remember, when I started photography in the 70s, the eyeglass was really thick. So a general guideline is that you always want to skip the light this way and go out. You never want light come in to a face. When I do a headshot, I use like a 2x3 box, and how you get reflection is the front surface of the box by tilting it down, aiming it the light down, and using the side panel the light, you will not get reflection.
What if you don't have much ceiling?
Then you sit people down.
Okay.
My first studio is the ceiling was less than 6 feet. It was my father's basement, so I'm very good at teaching people how to sit down. When you don't have a full length, when you're starting as a photographer and you don't have money and you take what you could get, my dad had this little storage section, so I am very good at posing people using chairs. Because I didn't you stand up, you hit the ceiling. But that's when I was young. I could afford a better place now. Yes?
Yeah, the backlight was switched from facing forward to back. What was the difference? Why did you do that?
Well, I was set generally, if I do the light aiming at the hair, it's one stop less. If I'm doing lighting the background, I do even. If I'm shooting at 2.2, the flash should be 2.2.
Okay, but he turned it around. Why?
I can ask him to light up the background instead, because right now we're just showing how to rim the hair, but when we have two people, I want the background to be lighter, so I aim in the back. Just the backlight hitting the background should match the front lighting. Get what you see is what you get.
Whether you're a hobbyist or a professional, B&H has the answers to your questions. Experience a world of technology at our New York City superstore. Connect with us online or give us a call. Our staff of experts is happy to help.